The Macintosh, the world's first personal computer. And what went into its creation? Software engineering, computer engineering, and calligraphy. 10 years prior to the development of the personal computer, Steve Jobs took a class in calligraphy, purely out of interest. And from that class, he credits the typography and the spacing of the fonts that you see in your personal computers today. He described calligraphy as beautiful, historical, and artistically subtle in a way that science can't capture. Steve Jobs is the perfect example of an expert generalist, someone who has the ability and the curiosity to master and collect expertise across a series of disciplines, topics, skills, and even countries. He or she can then, without even realizing it, but often by design, draw on that palette of knowledge in order to identify trends, recognize patterns, and connect the dots across multiple areas. In today's world of business, where there's new technology, new business models, and the needs of our customers are constantly evolving, an expert generalist is uniquely positioned to handle these adaptive challenges and is therefore an essential part of any growing organization. The foundation of an expert generalist is their wide knowledge base. And this doesn't need to be developed exclusively through their formal education, nor does it have to be what they do for their everyday occupation. It can be their personal interests as well. Well-known and highly successful expert generalist Charlie Munger, who alongside Warren Buffett created the investment giant that is Berkshire Hathaway, he has a series of interests ranging from psychology to physics, biology, engineering, you name it. And he credits the insights that he's been able to draw from all these different interests in order to form what he calls mental models. And this is what enables him to assess investment opportunities. A great way of how he did this was from the field of psychology, specifically the discipline or the study of classical conditioning. From this study, he learned that you could take a subject matter and condition them to behave a certain way, provided that a trigger is powerful and potent enough. So in 1988, Berkshire Hathaway identified an investment opportunity that was significantly undervalued. And what they found was this company has such a strong brand, it has the right frequency and type of advertising, and they have a logo that's so powerful it could trigger consumption. This investment is one of Berkshire Hathaway's cornerstone investments, Coca-Cola. Today, it's worth 17.5 times that value. Through increased familiarity across different topics, as well as different communities, an expert generalist is able to form a more clear picture of the world. And through this, they're able to make better predictions of the future. They're not as susceptible to the bias or the assumptions that may exist in any given area. What this enables them to do is take something that works really well in one discipline and apply it to something completely different. Let's take an example right here at Deloitte, audit. As an auditor, we look at financial statement risk by considering historical and transactional factors. Now imagine if we looked at human-centered design and took some techniques from there and instead tried to think about behavioral risks and risks that are associated with processes and pain points in processes. That could uncover a whole new spectrum of risks that enable a more complete and effective audit. An expert generalist doesn't just connect ideas with one another, they also connect with people. And they connect people to one another. Expert generalists have an understanding of various different perspectives, and this enables them to be empathetic, making them great leaders in organizations where we have many different personalities, both professional, and personal. Through their broad range of interests, expert generalists are also able to have a wider and more open network. So at any given point, they can reach out to their relationship network in order to identify the right individuals for any given outcome. It's called connecting unlikely partners. An expert generalist can yield your organizations direct and indirect benefits. They have a wide knowledge base, wide relationship network, and their empathy enables them to be great leaders. In today's day of business, where we continue to grow world-class specialists in our organizations, it's absolutely necessary that we complement them with expert generalists to help lead them into the future and come up with breakthroughs. We talked about Steve Jobs and how he used calligraphy in order to inform the creation of the personal computer. Each and every one of you have your own calligraphy. What's yours? Thank you.